welcome back to the Holiday Styling Edition. Today we're going to be moving into our second styled scene. We're going to be doing something a little bit more stylized. Now I know in the first video we were supposed to stick to something simple, but I got carried away and did something a little bit more stylized. But I did show you guys the example of the more simple image and then the stylized image that I did accidentally. I promise to not get carried away this time. I'm going to stick to the rules and pay attention to what I'm doing. Today, we're going for a nice warm ruby look with a dark blue background, something a little bit more romantic. I didn't want to do too on the nose like red and green because those aren't my favorite colors to put together, honestly. They're just too Christmassy and I want something just generally holiday themed. So we're going to be photographing these black loafers. It's going to be a first for me. I may stick to the theme of just photographing one shoe because this is going to be a stacked concept to where the loafer is going to be sitting on top of a stack. Now that stack is going to be a mixture of holiday ornaments and some Christmas boxes, and I may toss in some ribbon here and there, but I want something minimal but also a little bit stylized. Again, this is new for me, so y'all are going to be experimenting with me. We're going to see how everything transpires because again, I'm going to be thinking my way throughout the entire process. So that's enough chit chat. Let's get into it. So I have this here. I'm thinking I do want just one loafer, so let me move this out of the way. And I want it probably this high, maybe a little bit tilted, I'm not sure. So let's start stacking. I have some really interesting rose gold colored gift boxes that I spray painted for a previous project that I completed a few months ago. So these came in handy. That's another way to accumulate props. I make a lot of my props. Sometimes our clients want something a little bit more custom. So when I can't find it, I'll make it. And that's really nice to offer because you can end up with a unique collection of props instead of just store-bought ones that everybody has. So I'm thinking I want an interesting stack, but I don't want it like completely even. So I don't necessarily know what I'm gonna do, but I think I'm gonna use these gift boxes as my base. So let me bring y'all a little bit closer so y'all can see what it is that I'm doing. So now you guys have a better visual of the scene. Oh, my tape keeps coming loose, so we're just gonna stick that and just let it sit. Okay, so I have some really fun platforms that I spray painted again for a previous project that I may use. I have a good amount of gift boxes, maybe some smaller ones, and then I have these trees that I might want to sandwich them in. I think that will be something interesting, but I don't necessarily know how structurally sound they'll be, so we'll see. And I also have like a good amount of these tiny ornaments as well as some bigger ones. So we're gonna mess around with this. I'm gonna be using my tacky tape as well as my glue dots. I use these very often in the projects that I work on. They are a big help to keep things from rolling when I don't want them to move. If you're interested to know where I get my tools that I use for the tricks of the trade, check my description box below. There's a link to my Amazon storefront. Everything is categorized and organized so that when you're searching, sifting through and shopping, it's right there so you don't have as much trouble as I did when I was first starting out. Because believe you me, it took me forever to find the tools that I use on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so let's start playing around. So, okay, so we got that box there. Maybe I can have that ornament there and then maybe a smaller gift box at the top. I'm not quite sure. I don't think I want the boxes to touch. I want some space in between them. Oh, also, let me move this back because I also want the horizon line of the entire piece to be at the very bottom. And so let me make sure I'm styling all the way back here so that I won't have to move the entire structure when I'm getting ready to shoot. Let me tack this down because it's also just not sticking the way that I would like. Just perfect. Okay, so we have that. So let's start playing around. So maybe I have that there. Let me see here. Maybe I have maybe I have that there. I don't know. I kind of want another Christmas box, maybe. So, but that's the same color though. I don't think I have an. Ooh, there we go. But it's still the same color. Let me swap this. So maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll do you there just to break that up. Maybe I'll do you here. Let me get my sticky putty so that that doesn't move. And I'm just gonna do a few little pieces like in front and behind so that it doesn't roll away. Now, typically I like to place these tacky pieces in a way that they're invisible so that I don't have to Photoshop them all out. But in this case, it's just something that's gonna have to happen because there are just gonna be too many variables. So I need this as structurally sound as I can get it so that things don't fall apart. Okay. Is that this side is more spray painted? Okay, cool. So let me see here. Do I want to try to do a Christmas tree here? Maybe not. Maybe I'll just have it. Because honestly, I just don't see that working in my favor. Honestly. Okay, so right now we need something on this. So what can we put that's not an ornament? I mean, I guess there's that. I'll probably glue that on there. Let's see. Let's see if it'll stick to the glitter. I'm not quite sure. So this is a lot of trial and error. Again, this is not something that I've ever done before. So if it works, I'm going to be very excited. If it does not, I won't be disappointed because, you know, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. That's trying to lean a little bit. So let me just put that tacky tape there. Oops. Okay. So for now, it's there. Okay. Now, if I were to just, that's a little bit too much for right now. So I'm thinking I need one of these. Now, I said before in the last video, I typically don't like to rotate these bulbs toward the front because I never like the look of this metal piece. But because we have a mixture of golds and blacks, I'm not mad at it. I kind of like that ruby look. I do have some gold ornaments here, but I may use them around, so I'm gonna keep them at minimal. Let's see here. I think we need to stack things a little bit differently. So maybe that can be there. Maybe I'll put that in because I feel like my little pyramid needs a little bit more structure. So let's pop that in there, maybe. And then maybe I could have that there somehow. Maybe I could try to glue dot it and then secure it with some tacky tape, just so that it doesn't roll. Oh, before I do that, let me secure this with some tacky tape, just so that doesn't move. Uh-oh. I don't know if it's gonna stick, you guys. Okay. Oops. No. Okay. Okay, it's sticking. Okay. Stuck to the surface, but not to the actual bulb. Let's try that again. Okay, so we have that there. Let's see if we can just stick that on here. Maybe. It's up there, but it's not structurally sound. So maybe we can add the tacky tape. Ooh. Just so it stays straight. Okay. So what's on there? I'm just hoping that when I put this loafer on here, it's not going to just collapse. It just might, because I'm literally just guessing at this point. I'm literally just guessing where everything is gonna go. So maybe, I think I'll save that for a gold one. Let me see. I think I'm gonna put something else right here just so that the loafer is up. Oh, let me go to the back and get her a little bit more structured. Okay. All right, everything's still loose. Okay, I might want to try a little baby one, but that's not going to be enough height. So I might try a baby one here. But let me see here. I could try to stick it and then see what happens. Okay, that's leaning. Okay. Oh no, where do I need to add it? Okay. Don't fall, we need you up. The glittery ones do not like the sticky putty at all. This is probably something that I should have planned way ahead of time and then hot glued everything together, but we're moving on the fly here. So I'm just hoping that it stays still long enough for me to capture it and then go from there. So I think this ball can be a little bit loose because I'm not necessarily going to sit anything on it. And so I'm hoping for stability, but I don't think that the base of this will be strong enough to balance it. It's already wobbling. And you know what's funny? I'll spend my time styling something like this just for me to take the shot and not like what it looks like at all. That has happened many a time. No, it's not gonna stay. I don't know how I'm gonna fix it to where it stays. In order to just keep my sanity, I may just get my other C-stand and get some fishing wire and just hang this to where it's just lightly sitting on that. I think that's where we're gonna go. Okay, so I think that I figured it out. I think that I want to stick mostly, instead of having the ornaments incorporated with these pedestals, I may just go heavy on the gift boxes and then possibly incorporate more ornaments here and there, because like the ornaments are what's really getting me, I think. I do have these taller cylinders, so let's get into it. Maybe I have it off of a box, and then so let's have it sitting like that. Let me get a little sticky behind it so that it's sitting up straight. So, oops. So let's get rid of those. So we have that there. Oops. Let's see if we can glue dot it. I don't know, again, if the glitter is going to stick to the glue dots, but we're gonna test it out and see. Let me just stick that there. A few more down here just so it doesn't roll away. And that could be all we need for this thing to stay still, because this base is definitely a lot more structural than the one that we had before. Okay, let me do the weight test. Oh yeah, that is a lot better. So now we just gotta fix this one because you're a little wibbly. So sometimes product photography can be a little bit tedious. I don't mind it because, again, some people like doing coloring books. I like doing this. This is how I like to problem solve. So you can figure out what best suits you. This, again, in my mind, started off being a very simple project, and then the more I started to fiddle around with it, I realized, oh, this is actually going to be a lot more difficult than I thought. So I'm gonna have to hang the shoe, because the more structurally sound that I do get, the more basic this stack is looking, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna come back when I have the shoe hung, and I'm gonna get another arrangement. I'm gonna put the arrangement back to where it was, and I'll come back when the shoe is hung so that I can get this final shot, because I think we spent too long on it already. I'm gonna be using some fishing wire and some glue dots to hang it. I'll talk through that process when I'm ready to put it all together. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now let's lift this and then gently place it. Okay, it's sitting now. Okay. It's in there. We have it. Let's take a test shot and see what we have. Let's test out this lighting. Let me move everything out of the way. That was tedious and a little bit difficult, but we're gonna see. Let me do a test shot real quick. Let me see. I didn't even play around with it from here. That's actually cool. So it's gonna be like a square image. Maybe, do I want to put it on the pedestal? Maybe. Let me see. Tie it all together. Possibly. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that is really interesting. I'm not really getting the shoe. So there's a lot going on in here. And the shoe is just kind of flat. It's like a flat side profile. So I'm thinking I may need to like turn it, which could be a little cumbersome because we just got it to sit perfectly, and I have no idea how long it's going to take just for us to get this where it needs to be. Let me take a quick snapshot to see if that did anything. Yeah, no, not liking this configuration. Yeah, I think I'm gonna swap a lot of this out. Maybe I'll do bigger gift boxes so that it's not so much going on. So I'll be back. I'll be back when I figure this out, because this is again my process. Like sometimes I build something, I photograph it, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't work. So I'm thinking maybe it needs slightly bigger boxes and then just a few ornaments. I need to simplify it because it's becoming way too complicated. So I'm gonna do that off camera so I can save the battery time, and I'll come back when that new setup is done. Okay, so I think that I found a more structurally sound pile. So I'm testing out the shoes, and I think I'm gonna have 2 shoes in this one instead of just the one, because since it's a loafer, it's just not showing up the way that I would like it to. And so I'm thinking I need a second shoe just to kind of bring the whole image together. Let me do a test shot. The lighting looks good. It's still looking a little bit too busy, too heavy, because there's so much black. So I think what I might do is move the shoe possibly, or maybe move this, because this is looking like a high heel and that is not what that is. Maybe, just maybe, I could attempt to put another ornament under there. Since it's a now structural box, maybe I could swap it out with an actual ornament and I won't lose my mind. So it might work. I just need to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah, so let me stick it. And then let me add the pieces underneath and see if it's gonna work for me. Because I want this concept to work. I don't want to give up on it. Which makes me very stubborn, but I have time, so we're gonna get this. We're gonna get it. And it's gonna be glorious. And there we go. It's up there. It's not moving. Fantastic. Okay. I think I might put like a little red, maybe a red sparkly ornament. Do I have any more up here? Okay, here we go. Let's see, I see everything but what I need. I'm just gonna slide that on in there for support. Just a little bit of support. And then I'm gonna do a test shot to see how that looks. Wait, let me bring this forward. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so that's cute. That is cute. I don't think that I need this pedestal. I think it's fine without it, so let me move that out of the way. I'm thinking maybe I need a higher box, so I'm gonna move that out of the way and turn the shoe a little bit more front facing. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, we're kind of losing the look of it, so maybe I'll just have the shoe kind of cut off, peeking into the image. Maybe that's it, because it's a lot of rose gold and black, and I want to balance it out somehow because the gifts themselves are a little bit heavy, but they still kind of work. So yes, I'm thinking I like the look of the shoe kind of peeking in on the side. I'm thinking that that works for me. Let me just bring it in a little bit more. I'm thinking I might want to get rid of this tree because it's looking like it's shooting out of this shoe, and I don't really like that. Yeah, so let me put it next to the bigger one. Okay, let me lift the shoe a little bit. I almost have it, y'all. I almost have it. Let me just lift it a little bit because I'm trying to fill in this little horizon space. I think it's as good as it's going to get, honestly. There's a lot going on in this, and I'm not mad at the results, but I do want to move on to the next concept because honestly, I could tweak this image. I could tweak this scene for hours until I find the perfect scene. And I'm liking what I see thus far. It's a little bit heavy for my taste, but it doesn't look bad. I think I'm going to tweak a few more of the ornaments and then just move on to the next because I really want to get through this last shot. I really want to finish this series. So I won't stay on this forever because, again, I could spend hours on this. So let me tweak it a little bit more and then I'll pop up the final shot for y'all to see. Okay, so I finally got everything situated. I found the correct spot that this needed to be in. Everything else is filled, but I wasn't happy with this empty space, so I'm thinking I'm gonna add like some more loopy ribbon just to kind of go across, just to kind of fill in the space. I don't think I want to add in any more ornaments, so I'm just gonna like kind of twirl some ribbon, make it kind of big. And I kind of want it twirling out of the frame, so We'll see what that looks like. Okay. Let's see what that does. Look back the way you were. Okay. Let me take a shot of that, and then I think we'll be good to go. If you would just stay where you're supposed to be. Let me come around the other side. Okay. So, let's get these twirls going so we can get this shoot. This. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Ooh, I'm not mad at that. That looks really nice. I need to move it down just a little bit because I don't like this touching the white base on that. But other than that, it looks really cute. See if I can move it without destroying the curls that I made. Okay, test shot. Okay, that looks really cute. Let me just bring them in just a little bit more. Let me actually bring them all down. Okay, let's see if that works. The ribbon does round out everything else, like it's what was needed, honestly. It really was what was needed to balance out the heaviness of the gift stacking and the Christmas trees. Okay, perfect. The ribbon is perfect. I need to move the light in the back a little bit more this way so that it's an even coverage. And then we have the shot. I promise. Perfect. That is our final shot. Okay, y'all, so this one was a little bit trickier. And again, it takes time. It was very tedious because I thought it was going to be more simple than it was. And so we went through different phases of trying to lift the shoe, trying to balance the shoe on the different gifts, and then we had to get something a little bit more structured. This is my entire process, especially again when I don't have full-on concepts really planned out. It's all me experimenting, figuring things out during the styling in order to get the shot. I'm going to cut this whole video down so that it's more digestible, but this particular style scene took about an hour just to complete. And so this is the process, you know, it's all about learning, figuring things out. Again, I've never photographed shoes before, but I wanted something interesting, something unique, and something holiday worthy. And so there were a lot of different factors that made this a little bit more difficult, but I'm very happy with the final result. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and break this down and get ready for the next setup. That is going to be another video, so definitely stay tuned on that. That one's going to be the more destructive party scene. I'm so excited about that because I can just kind of toss things everywhere. Let me know in the comments if you have had trouble styling something as complex as this. Also, if you want to see me style and photograph something different, let me know in the comments as well. If you like this video, please like this video. Please subscribe. Join our community. We are small, but we are mighty. We are growing. And new videos pop up every week. Again, if you have any questions about where I get some of my tools when styling, again, check the description below. All right, guys, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for our final styled scene for our holiday series coming up soon. Again, hit me up in the comments. Show me some love down there if you have any questions, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.